Hi everyone, welcome to another Linfield Coaches CatChat. Joe Stewart here with head women's basketball coach Casey Bunn-Wilson. The week of the start of the season. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Well, we want to talk to you because everybody's really excited about your team this year. It feels like a lot of improvement the last couple of seasons. You guys, not to put too much expectations on, but picked to finish in the top 4 in the preseason coaches poll for the first time since 2019-20. You're bringing back a ton of returners. And watching a couple of practices and exhibition, it seems like the vibes are great. What's the energy like around the teams going into this year?
The energy's been really high. Like you said, we've been working really hard, and the team is high energy, really optimistic. You know, we're older this year, and so that's been huge for us. Maturity and making decisions, and just like the buy-in and the leadership and the team chemistry and our culture is in such a good place. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We have a lot of things to work on still, but the energy is really good.
I mean, that's the key foundation, right? Culture and attitude. You can't win before those things are established, right?
Yeah.
Last year, 11-14, which was the most wins for this group since 2019-20. We saw a lot of improvements the last couple of seasons. What do you think the biggest strengths for last year's group was? And with so much of that team coming back, how do you guys keep building on that and keep improving on the things that you know this team is already good at and what had them in contention for long stretches of the season last year?
I think the fact that our juniors have had a lot of on-court experience, like this is the third year that a lot of them have played significant minutes, and so that experience is coming into play. We're playing a lot faster. We're able to kind of dig deeper into like making different reads and doing different things offensively that maybe we couldn't have done 2 years ago, based on their experience and leadership and just their work ethic. They're just playing so hard and battling and competing in practice.
It's been fun to watch, but as you guys kind of look to make the leap, so to speak, again, picked to finish in the top 4, and last couple of years, you guys are right on the outside looking in. The season coming down to just those last couple of games. What are the biggest areas you'd like to see this team improve on to try and keep climbing up those Northwest Conference standings? We know how tough the league is year in and year out.
Yeah, the league's always really tough. I think for us, staying healthy is priority number 1. And then we've been playing, granted we've only had 2 games, but really focusing on playing unselfishly and not just having 1 or 2 or even 3 people high scorers. Like, we want to be a team that has a lot of weapons and anybody can score on any given night. And, you know, just exhibition game in particular, we had 4 in double digits and 3 others really close. And so I think that's going to help us pushing the ball, rebounding, controlling tempo are the things that we're really focusing on.
As you mentioned, we've obviously seen a lot of positivity and strong culture from this group the last couple of years, and it's led to a lot of high motor output, it seems like, on the court. As they've, had to develop, you've had younger teams, sometimes maybe not always in control of that motor a little bit, but certainly physicality and energy has been something that this team really brought a lot of. One of the better rebounding teams in the league. How do you keep capitalizing on that and making sure that they know to stay hungry, stay fighting, stay physical, while also maybe trying to develop a little bit more on the offensive side and get more people involved?
Yeah, I think the physicality of it is just emphasizing the importance of rebounding as extra possession, taking care of the ball, right, is capitalizing on possessions. And I think with this group, the high motor, the work ethic, they want to play fast, they want to play high energy, and so that's obviously easy to coach for them. The last couple of years we've been, like you said, like right on the bubble, and I think have fallen short. And so training-wise and preparation-wise, we're changing some things in the way we do things, and we've had some injuries, and so we've kind of taken different approaches on preparation and training, if that makes sense without going too much into it. But just keeping their eye on, how we're playing in February is important, and, 1 game at a time, but really keeping our eye on like the long game.
So with this group, obviously last year, kind of your big 3 statistical leaders were all in the front court. We know what Jillian Landis can do. She's your lone senior this year, going into her fourth year as a starter, 2-time All-Conference. Then on the other, up front as well, Mickey Vermeulen had a lot of great flashes last year. It was showing what she could do, and Eve Burke ended up coming away with her first All-Conference selection. How did those 3 kind of set the tone each game, and continuing that this year with Jill being in her senior year and those other 2 becoming upperclassmen? What are you looking out of that group up front to lead the way for this team?
Jill's done a really good job of stepping up, and she said the other day in practice things were starting to click, and I was just like, yes. So as a senior, she's doing some really good things that she hasn't in the last 3 years, and so we're really excited about that. Mickey always brings energy. I mean, her motor never stops, so that really charges our team. And then Eve is playing with a lot of confidence, and same thing, her motor is unreal, and so just that energy they bring consistently. And I think that going back to your other question, one of the biggest goals for us this year is playing consistent. And then especially in those conference weekends, playing consistently is going to help us.
Those back-to-backs, it's hard enough to bring them for 40 minutes, and in this league you got to do it for 80 back-to-back.
Yeah.
In the backcourt, unfortunate news early in the preseason there when you lost Ella Copeland for the season. We all know how key she has been this last couple of years of helping raise the bar for this squad. But the two guards that have kind of had to step up there, Allie Mead, just a sophomore, and Amelia Solt, the transfer from last year, you've got them in the starting lineup now, and they're doing a lot of the ball handling, particularly Allie at the point guard. Obviously, Ella is a big loss, but with those two, what do they bring to the table, and what have you liked out of seeing them run the offense here through these first few weeks of the preseason?
Just real quick on Ella, obviously a devastating loss for us, but off court she's still maintaining her leadership role, and she was voted on our leadership team still regardless of not being able to play, so she's going to be a really crucial part of our team in a different way, which is exciting for her, I think, considering the situation. Allie and Amelia have done a great job of controlling tempo. They're two very different type of guards, which I like, and so having them at the 1 and 2 has been really beneficial for us in different situations. Just pushing the ball, being able to handle pressure hopefully as we get going. This weekend we have a lot of teams that we're playing that are going to pressure, so that'll be a good test for us. But just having, Allie's playing with a ton of confidence as a sophomore, and it's been really good to see, and I think her jump from freshman to sophomore year, leadership-wise and just control and confidence on the court has been really cool.
Yeah, this weekend, heading down to SoCal to start the season against 3 solid SCIAC teams down there. Friday at Pomona, Saturday against Chapman, and then wrapping it up against Occidental on Monday, a team that made the national tournament last year after winning the SCIAC tourney. What do you want to see to start the season off strong? Last year, you guys had a great start to the year. How do you kind of replicate that, even with the early road challenge?
Yeah, we're playing really tough teams, so it's going to be a good test for us. Just going in and battling every game. All 3 teams are very different, so we're going to see a lot of different challenges, which will be good to start out the season, kind of get back from California and see where we're at. But it'll be a good test and against some really good teams.
Excited to see the team in action this weekend. Wildcats going down to Southern California to take on 3 tough teams from the SCIAC. That starts with Pomona Pitzer on Friday night in Claremont, California with a 6 o'clock tip-off. Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.